question, the member from Hamilton East Stony Creek.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. The film and TV industry in our province is growing and is a world leader. It now generates $1.8 billion a year, creating 31,000 full-time jobs. 31,000 jobs, Speaker. But in the budget, the government cut the tax credit that industry banks on. Reliable and stable tax credits are what the global film industry looks for in a jurisdiction, but that's not even half of it. Speaker, the cuts will be immediate. If you're shooting on a production now, thinking you're getting the deal this government had promised, well, too bad. You're not getting that money. What's worse, the producers weren't consulted. There was no warning, Speaker. Speaker, why didn't this government consult this major industry?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We're very proud on this side of the House to support the film industry in Ontario, and we recognize how important it is to our economy as well. It is why Ontario will continue to be the most generous in all of Canada to support the industry. Right. And we do work closely with them, recognizing how effective it is in providing not only more jobs and create more economic activity, it also enables the province to showcase itself around the world to the extent that we are a good and dynamic place to do business. But it's passing strange from the NDP to ask a question about providing support for business, when then all the time they're asking us to cut supports, to cut loopholes, not to provide for that, and all of a sudden they are on side. So, Mr. Speaker, Ontario will continue to provide the tax credits to the film industry, and we will continue to work with them all the way through.
The member from Kitchener-Waterloo, second time. Supplementary.
Against business in Alberta. Hollywood, Speaker, Hollywood noticed this. Minister, Hollywood's noticed. Big-time production companies employing thousands are now actively talking and contacting Toronto about taking their billion-dollar businesses elsewhere. They're calling this government cuts a bait and switch because they weren't consulted. When this film industry leaves, they call it burning a jurisdiction. Evidence suggested it takes 10 years for a jurisdiction to bounce back. Speaker, it sounds like this was a one-size-fits-all Treasury Board decision done without consideration or consultation. So my question is, will the Premier at least grandfather the changes to the film industry's tax cuts so that productions already there are not threatened and will continue?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we remain committed to growing our cultural industries and the film industry. So the key to that success, by the way, is sustainable tax credits focused on keeping Ontario the best place to invest and do business. We'll be the most competitive. And through the 2015 budget, we're continuing to support our creative industries through the Ontario Music Fund, which now receives a permanent annual $15 million investment, or more than $439 million in the 2015-16 budget for our cultural media tax credits, as well as $6 million in the 2015-16 and a $10 million a year starting in 2016-17 in a renewed interactive digital media fund. Amending the Ontario film and television tax credits will save our domestic producers $7 million annually as well, Mr. Speaker. We will foster economic growth. We will continue to be the lead support of film industry in Canada, and we'll work closely with our industry partners throughout. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.